All right, Editor Moity here. Hey, sorry guys about this episode was supposed to come out last week with the first 3 episodes. We had the pilot episode 1 and episode 2. Unfortunately, life got in the way. So we're gonna go ahead and release that this week with also last week's episode that's supposed to be out this week. Things might get a little jumbled. We're still figuring this out. So thank you very much. Wow, I just destroyed that audio there. Thank you very much for you guys showing up, watching the videos. I know it's a small group of people, but you guys are fantastic. So we're going to be going into this. This is the first episode that we actually have Virtual Ghost joining us on the podcast, and somehow he weaseled his little, British ways into being part of this podcast somehow. No, anyways, it's the first episode, and he had no idea how things are actually supposed to go, and in all honesty, neither do we. So give us some feedback down below. Tell us what you think, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
So, all right.
Everything aside, real quick, I'm gonna take this over because you had the last one. I think. I'm not sure.
No, you did.
Did I? Okay.
Would it be
I
funny
don't know.
if
Does
the
it really matter?
guest-
No, not really. The guest can shut the heck up. That's what kind of.
The guest doesn't actually know what's going on yet. He's getting asked the question before he even knows what it is.
Meanwhile, we've had weeks or months to think about these.
It's also been like an hour.
Yeah.
Mainly because half of that, 40 minutes of that was trying to figure this out.
Listen, 36 minutes. It's only been 36 minutes. All right. So, anyways, if you're new to this stream, this guy right down there we go, right down there, that is Virtual Ghost. He makes some fantastic music. We love every single last bit of it. This guy over here, crap, my camera's reversed because it didn't. Okay, so I'm pointing the opposite way. This guy over here is Zombie Viking, aka Charles. And then I am. Who am I?
You are Moity.
I'm Moity! Anyways. We're some gaming content creators and music creators, different types of art creators that do different stuff. Virtual Ghost is joining us from across the pond tonight because he got dragged into something. What's going on?
Xerxes says he can't hear anybody on my live.
On zombies.
Have you included the broadcast, the browser source to be heard on stream?
Make sure you have share your screen, right? Turn camera on, mic is on, and then mute regular audio is on. Here, I'll turn around and look at what you got set.
Share screen. Turn off.
There he goes.
Turn camera
Morty
on.
driving over to Zombie's
That's
house.
on. That's on.
He does this.
Okay. So, Zombie, go to GG.
I'm confused as well.
Real quick. To the right. There you go.
It is.
Go to
It's behind my mic.
Sonar.
Let's move this over here. Sonar.
And then so you have Google Chrome and Auxiliary. Move that over to chat. There you go.
So hopefully
Hello.
So
Can people hear me?
Downsize it. So this way we can see your audio sources. See, now stream is speaking when we talk through it.
They can hear him.
There we go. Okay. Okay, so Vex, how it works is I'm going with Vex.
I think it looks like Xerxes to me.
Oh, Xerxes. I can barely read it. I need new glasses. I have a doctor's appointment on
it's
Sunday.
It's green on black.
Yeah, it's not great
green on
anyways.
So,
that actually is something that I can't see that green.
You can call him
and
Axel. His name is called Axel.
Okay, so anyways, Axel, how this works is all of us have a shared chat, but it'll actually show your creator who you're following's picture next to the person on our end, so this way we can see whose chat it comes from. So in your situation, your stuff is coming through as green on black, which I won't be able to actually read easily. but everybody else will have a different color. So just kind of you'll kind of learn it
You
over
can
time.
go into chat filters and you should be there should be a way you can enable readable text.
Yeah, that's
Cat appearance.
I just can't read the name. It's fine. Everything else I can read. I just
readable
cannot
text.
read that specific shade of green on black.
He can't read terminal.
Yeah, I can't read. So the Matrix movies, I know what it looks like because I've gone in and color changed, so this way I can see it. I know what colors it is, but if they're together, my brain cannot translate it, and something screwed up. I should probably smack my head into a tree a few times, see if it fixes it.
You know those like those massive RCA TVs. You have
Yeah.
to whack to get the image.
Yeah, it's, just a
You
couple of
just
times.
give it a little whack.
It's hilarious. A hacker that can't read hacker text. Anyways.
Man is their own weakness.
So anyways, this is things to think about. And we are a podcast where when we come up, I don't know why I'm looking up at the screen. I should be looking at you, the viewer. Hi, how's it going? You are gorgeous today. Anyways, we're a podcast where those random thoughts that pop into your head, we're here to we're here to talk about them. You're more than welcome to send us recommendations also for future questions of things that you might have thought about. The biggest rule is that we have what's called the Idea Bible, and we don't talk about anything in the Idea Bible. So a lot of it is random chatter or processing that happens. Today's specific question is zombie.
Today we're talking about, do you believe in soulmates? Yep. You can the look on VG's face, you can tell. He's Why do I have a random
I used to.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But
That's the whole point here. Keep going.
Dreams got crushed immediately once relationships become sour.
Okay.
Of course, being in a abusive relationship, nearly being arrested for fraud, being forced into a lot of decisions that I do not want, really put me into a vulnerable position of where I am now, being put off certain types of people.
understandable?
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep going. You're just because we comment doesn't mean that you
Of course,
can't say.
I can see where people come across with you'll find a soulmate. You know, there's always a soulmate for you. I get the meaning, but I wouldn't use the word soulmate.
What would you choose instead of the word soulmate?
A partner, because that's what it is. It's a partner, not a soulmate. A soulmate is someone you've known since birth.
Ah, that's interesting because
Because
that's
that's the beginning of your
yeah.
soul.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna I'm gonna start by my thoughts. Just a educational thought on it. I believe the base of the question isn't just soulmates, it's do you believe in a soul?
Yeah.
So when you think about a soulmate, it's somebody that matches your soul. Now,
Real quick, zombie. Because I don't know if Ghost has actually watched any of the other episodes that we had done when we started. I doubt that I don't think he was ever in the chat because he usually makes himself known. This whole show, especially for you, the viewer, who probably, has no idea what's going on here, the whole concept with this show is also the rabbit hole. Where does something lead us to? We could start off on the concept of where does a soulmate come from? Then we end up on the conversation of can souls travel across galaxies? Damn it, why did I think of that? All right, well, we'll be getting into that concept.
Well,
yeah.
Well, anything is possible if you think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so
Because if
so
you
that
can think about
actually,
it, it's possible.
So that's
But
that actually brings up a thing about what I'm about to say. I think that when a person dies, your soul leaves your body. Our bodies are just vessels. Soul is actually the thing that is in control of that
I
vessel.
turned it off. I don't know why it keeps going off. It is literally disabled. I'm looking at the switch that is turned to not have buzzer. Anyways, keep going.
So when we die, it's such a cataclysmic event for our soul because you're being basically ripped away from your vessel, that your soul splits. And it splits into two. So you go through life looking for the match to your soul.
So there is, wow, my video is fucked. Give me a second. Maybe, is it possible that give me a second. Let me modify something here. Output. Let's adjust my bit rate down to 55 and see if that clears up over time. Also, we try not to cuss on this stream. Sorry, I have the hardest time with that concept. Also, my audio is out of sync from my face. Anyways, so when it comes down to like my interpretation towards the concept of soulmate, I think you have to think of it from the perspective of something that Ghost, I'm sure you've heard me say plenty of times because I know you've been around for it. If anything were to happen to my wife, I would be a different person. And there's no point in replacing her with somebody else or finding somebody else to be with, because I would have to have that other person live up to the magic that she is. And that's not out of some concept of like, romanticism. It's literally, and he have to point that way. He lives with me. In all honesty, me and her. Yeah, you're processing it.
See, you're pointing that way on my screen. That way, you're pointing that way on my screen, but I'm actually that way. That way. So it's
this person here. Right there. So it's the concept, like he zombie, lives with me, right? And so there's that concept of like I'm sure he would definitely recognize, like, when it comes to me and my wife, there are times where we fight, right? Just like any couple does. But at the end of the day, I don't think even he could say that there'd be much of a value to somebody else in my life, right? So that concept of a soulmate, not necessarily somebody that you're, born with or next to, that kind of, that kind of deal. For me, it's literally that concept, similar to what he was saying, is like your soul is ripped in two when you're created, and the other person is somewhere else, right? And finding that connection, that person that even when things are the toughest, even when you can't stand each other, that connection between you two is the most important outcome, right? So like that's where I see things from. It's that it's that concept of, even across galaxies, you would still be searching for that person. And doesn't necessarily, not saying doesn't, but like, does it necessarily have to be a person, right?
No, there's people that get dogs that they are that dog is everything to that person.
Yeah. But like on that concept, like, so I'm a cat person, right? And in our world, cats pick their owner. Could that concept be like, from the very he remembers Orion, right? Who shows up on our stream. He remembers Orion. And from the day that little sucker was born, where was he at? As soon as he could walk and see, right by my side the entire time. So it's like, is the concept of like a spirit or a soul the concept of you are pieces of everything everywhere?
I think it's more finding someone who can match your chemistry. Is
Yeah.
what people would say. It's
But
like,
see, that's the idea of this whole podcast is we're all three of us are here and we all have a different idea. So
Yeah.
You know,
Nothing's wrong.
nothing's wrong.
Everything is right, wrong, and the same all at the different time. I said it that way on purpose.
hmm,
So I mean, again, it could be, the person that matches your chemistry could be the person that no matter what you do, you would fight thick and thin for them. For me personally, it's that person that matches my energy. I have a certain level of chaos that I like to bring to the table, and somebody needs to match that chaos.
For me, it's somebody that's willing to fight. My wife is not the average woman, right? On that concept. That woman will literally battle through anything possible. Perfect example. She had a surgery done on her neck for her first surgery. She was back in the restaurant 2 days later. I had a tumor removed from the back of my head. I was bleeding down my neck while I'm staring through a microscope that afternoon. Right? Like they took chunks of muscle and stuff out of my head. And I'm over there still like propping my head up against the microscope, and I set it in place so this way I can lean on it. It's that level of fight in that person there, at least on my aspect, right? It's that person that fits you just right. And here's the thing. My wife didn't find me until she was, already had 3 kids and, was almost in her 30s, So it's not, yeah. It's not like you are guaranteed to find that person when you find that person. How's it going, Nate the Wolfie?
Nate recommend.
Keep going though. We had cut you off.
Finding the right person does take time, but of course, time is different for everyone. Like, of course, it took me until, well, when I met the person who I thought I would be spending the rest of my life with, was in college. Of course, I would probably say around 2019 was when, of course, stuff started to go wrong. But of course, I think both parties were at to blame, because it can't just be a one side is the reason. Of course, yes, I spent most of my time playing games, not communicating. Of course, there was other things I prefer not to go into, but that's what I think. Yeah,
I mean, that's you know, but that's you got to travel through a lot of hoops and shit, and you've got to make your way to making finding specifically that someone. I,
yeah,
I'm 35 now. When I was 32, I was literally about to buy a motorcycle, a nice enduro, hit the road with nothing but the clothes on my back and a tent. And I met my wife. I gave up.
Oh God, it's about giving up. That's the secret. Do we all know how I met
it's so clear
featurings?
now.
Do we all know how I met featurings?
Oh,
Ghost, do you know that story?
No, no, I don't.
I literally,
Could you
I was a
elaborate?
security consultant, right? I was a security consultant. I worked with like law offices and private investigation firms and stuff like that, right? And I was saving up money, and then it got into the bad part of the season, and I kind of burned through. Holy gee, me Christmas! What? Whose notification was that?
Nate just followed me. I'm
Oh,
guessing he followed you. And
Jesus, it came through. It came through real loud.
See, that's why I mute everything.
No, I want it because that's the whole
The only
point.
thing here.
The whole point is that it's supposed to scare me. It scared me. Thank you for the follow, very much so, there, Nate. Jeez, that was loud. So the whole so I had gone off and I burned through all of my money. And it was the slow season, and I took up a job. Funnily enough, a buddy of mine named Nate had had referred me. He's like, yeah, you should definitely come and deliver some pizzas with me during the off season. Once you get some contracts coming back through, man, like you'll be good to go, and you can start working on getting yourself a truck instead of using somebody else's truck, and go through the process of buying your land and everything that you want to get, and building that house. And it's like, all right, so my game plan was to get a trailer, get a couple acres of land, and have an old pickup truck. Not too bad, Nate. Thank you. um and so I went there, and he had been talking about this smoking hot chick, and he almost got her ready to go out on a date with him. She just hasn't said yes yet, but he thinks he's getting close. Turns out when I walked in the door, the smoking hot chick really was smitten with me. And I was like, oh, okay, sweet, whatever. That's my wife now, which is hilarious because the girlfriend that I had just broken up with also had been he had thought that he was close to dating, and I started dating her.
so
So-
the concept of that story is, if David was single, don't bring your girl.
No, the concept of that
Man's
is,
ready to
I was
snatch.
ready to give up. I'm just like, okay, let's save up some money until my next set of contracts come through. I'll pull in a couple of six, and it's six figures. And I'll start putting my money away properly, and stop being a piece of shit, right? Sleeping on a friend's couch. And nope. Turns out I wound up meeting a chick that wanted to take me home to meet her kids and her mother, and her mother absolutely hated me, and I slept in my truck in negative 16-degree
Still hates
temperatures. What?
You mean still hates you?
Oh yeah, she still hates me. I am the most horrible person on the planet. All of the calls, the number of times she's on speaker and just bitching about me when she's talking to one of my kids, it's just great. I find it hilarious. I'm laughing. You can ask him. I'm literally laughing my ass off the entire time. Like, oh, I want to hear, what did I do this time? It's great. But yeah, no. So I guess the key to finding your soulmate is just give up. Not too
Yeah,
hard.
but
If you give up all the way,
I think that only applies if you're American, because me being British and me giving up, I haven't found anyone yet.
no. Here's the thing. You're gonna find a nice, ripped abs.
No. It's not just about giving up. It's giving up specifically
plans.
looking with plans, like
With plans.
going, well, I don't want to do any of this anymore. I'm just gonna go do something completely off the wall. My completely off the wall thing was going from working in the tech industry, running a shop, and to going, yeah, I know I don't want to work a job. I'm gonna go ride a motorcycle around the country full time. And hey, maybe I'll eventually, upgrade my bike enough to where I can, drive over into Russia,
Yeah.
because you can only do that one time
if
during
we're-
for like a month a year. But I could have, for all I know, that this is 3 years later, I could be probably in India right now. I don't know.
See, going on that then, I think I've already there. I used to do IT. I used to be really good at programming and all that. I did a lot of questionable things through my college time. Of course, helping my college with networking and security. That honestly has saved them thousands. And now I do music. I've pretty much gone way to the opposite side of stuff. And yeah,
Twitch, why your bitrate sucks so bad? Sorry. Sorry.
I mean, it's probably just a matter of time.
Well, and again,
Like,
yeah, we do. The one thing that I was going into is, Florida, for one, been trying to sell you on the idea of moving to Florida. Two, you have a wonderful.
well, you didn't have to sell me on it. I already want to go.
Yeah, it's just the selling though
Even
portion is
before
when
I
you
met you, I was
arrive.
like-
I've sold you on it. That's the whole concept.
No, it's me moving in. So when am I moving in?
When are we getting a bigger house, zombie?
listen.
When are we getting
if I-
fiber?
listen,
Because obviously
hold
we can't.
Hold on a second.
I'll use
I'm gonna
mobile
play the
data.
lottery again
Don't
on
worry.
Friday. If I win over $500 million, I'm buying a school.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect.
There'll be plenty of room.
Can you buy the retired school that's
Oh.
down the road over there? So this way we actually have the chance of fucking getting fiber.
I could just pay for it at that point.
No, but
With
at least
millions
is where
of
we're closer to
dollars?
the node. It's cheaper.
If with millions of
At that
dollars, I'll
point, you
just
might as well
go
buy and have a
put a
node
line
put
in. Yeah, just get a node put in right there in the school, middle of the
100
school.
gig.
Bam.
I'll handle the IT side of it, please. don't let zombie touch that.
we
I still have to.
We're
I
doing-
still have to.
No, you and me are perfectly fine.
Listen, I
fine.
still have to program the coffee maker, okay? And there's not even a programming option on this one.
listen. On mine, there will be a programming thing on it.
Yeah,
and you'll
once
have to
I
help me with it.
install it.
I could do the hardware stuff. I just need help with the programming part.
Who has the better setup?
We're pretty even.
Yeah, both of us are running.
I think more on the point of his camera's 1080p.
Yeah,
Listen, I bought a cheap camera because it was cheap and I just wanted a camera. I am now offering somebody $40 for the camera that you have.
can you send me that link so this way I can offer him 25 and just see if I can spice that up a bit? This way you at least get a better camera. We've done this before.
I actually, the funny thing is, I have the thing that we did it for.
Oh yeah,
Right here.
Yeah, we did that one.
You offered him what, $20? I offered him 25, or you offered him 25 and I offered him 30. Right here.
Yeah, there you sold it. We did that with
I already have one of these.
actually zombie. Do you have your controller right there? Because you and me played that dude too.
No,
Which you got to remember which one though.
Actually,
'Cause this
one
is-
of them.
This is I think I spent $40 on this one. Your original one I think we spent $30 on.
30 pounds. That
we've
equals
probably-
out to $26 US. We're making a
I'll give you
profit.
35.
35 pounds. Will you pay for shipping too?
Yeah, I'll pay for shipping.
We make no money then. But no, it's sometimes you have one person offer really low and you all have one person offer just
that-
where they want.
So 50
I
pounds.
have a
then.
network switch. I have a network switch that was like it's a full gig, 45, 48 ports. PoE, all the smart stuff and all of that. Someone offered me 50. Someone offered me 45. I went and had a look at their Facebook pages because you want to make sure that you're not getting scammed. They're both friends.
All right, so I know that whatever Ghost is saying is extremely, just riveting and you're just absolutely loving it, which means if you're loving it, do me a favor and click that subscribe button. All right, we're going to get back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
It works really well.
I still
you may
have
have
it,
that, but do
more
you
the
have
point of, it
a
was this-
1 to 4 HDMI amplifier? You can buy anything on Facebook Marketplace.
True.
I didn't buy that on Facebook Marketplace. I got that from a scammer.
Oh, God.
It works well.
The
So yeah,
scammer got scammed, or like
no.
how did that work?
So a long story short, me and Zombie both worked for him, and he wound up saying that we like stole money from him and shit like that, and a whole bunch of like. There are people that legitimately hate us because they think that we like stole their stuff. Meanwhile, he had just stolen it and blamed it on us stealing it. And then when he lost
blame
his
game.
stores, we got all of his stuff because we happened to be able to talk to the people that were needed to get that taken care of. And we sold we bought at auction because the auction had already ended the leftovers for like nothing, like literally nothing. Like I think it was like $10. This way it was legally taken care of. Yeah, no, it was great. Because they couldn't get anybody to buy half of the shit.
And then whatever we could return to customers, we did.
Yeah, no, that was a long process. There were people that got mad at me and they're just like, "You've had that." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm not. I'm just the cleanup crew." Like, yeah. Like, yeah, no, yeah.
And that's the whole thing with judging a book by its cover without getting the full story. People were very quick to judge, but
Yep.
very, very adamant to keep to their own story.
Yeah. Which then resulted in part of the reason why we lost our store.
Like, it takes a lot to amend, but doesn't take a lot to blame.
I mean, but when you're NZXT, should we really believe you after a while? Anyways, sorry.
Listen. My NZXT is hidden behind my monitor, but I can still see the footprint of it, and it bothers me.
I was looking at my NZXT fans, and guess what? Really want new fans. I need a new new GPU for my PC. I'm currently working on GTX 1060. Listen, my guy, my wife.
Listen, I'm running a 2070. It's all right.
My wife's still using a 4080, and she's able to push out plenty of content easily from that machine.
You mean a 480?
480, 4080. Jesus. My wife's still just using a 4080. You know, we're on the 50 series.
They haven't even come out with the 50s yet.
She's got a better PC than you.
No, because I have an Elite Series AORS motherboard, so we're already a bit ahead on that. And
yeah, but she's got the 4080.
Yeah, but she's running off of a 3rd gen Ryzen. She can't even use that type of PCIe.
It's what it is.
All right, it's better. It's better than my wife's computer. It's just sitting in parts right over here.
It's not in parts. It's all together.
The radiator is sitting on the top.
There's a regular fan already on top of the GPU.
Is it attached to the motherboard though?
Yes.
It's not in parts then.
Yeah, everything's put together. Except for that, right there is her GPU. Right about there. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, back to the concept of soulmates. Is there another concept? I know that we talked about animals and we talked about people. Is there another concept to soulmates culturally outside of the Anglo-Saxon style mentality?
Well, people can find their soulmates in objects. It's weird, but it is stuff people do.
Amen, Nate. Amen. Fucking tell.
Yeah, some people do find soulmates in cars. Of course, there was something I was watching that was.
That was the name of my truck. I sold my truck. I cried. I sobbed like a fucking baby the day that I had to sell he was there. I'm on the way home driving a brand new freaking car with a turbocharger and all of that shit in it, and I am sobbing on the phone with him. He's like, "It's okay, bud. We'll get her back." And I'm like, "We're never gonna be able to get another truck like her." It was bad.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here looking for another truck like her.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's looking.
Just maybe not white, but
Listen, we
Is
can
it?
always
Oh no,
repaint it.
because you can just get it spray paint. Yeah,
Not spray
it's gonna be
paint.
a butch job, but you know.
I mean, if you use a semi-gloss,
No, matte. It's matte gloss. Like just matte.
matte white, I would hold on to all of the dust of the river.
I have a request since you're doing that. Can we get the stencil and put Lady 2.0 on the back? If it's another F-150, can we put Lady 2.0? Because you damn well know
new
if I
lady.
go new lady, new Onyx.
Listen.
New lady.
If it's a Ford F-150, we'll call it Lady. If it's a Dodge 1500, we'll call it Madame.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Milady.
Milady, madame. No, when I told so Peach Rings wants to get me a truck because I love my trucks, right? I'm just, the average redneck white boy. I love my trucks. And she was looking at a 20, what was it? It was a 2022 Ford F-150. And she goes, "Wouldn't this be pretty?" And it had these like pop out runners on it. Right? So when you open up the door, it slid out the runners. So this way you can step on, and when you close the door, it would then and fold them up. I'm like, I'm going to break those off within the first week. If I don't break them off, you're going to miss that there was a curb there and break them off. Either way, they're getting broken off. Secondly,
No, it's
why
when you're
would we
going
buy
over the bump and it just flaps back down again.
Well,
It
I told her,
happens
I'm
on
like,
the nice
second, yeah, okay, I can see that. I've seen that happen before too. Actually, yeah, no.
Potholes.
Secondly,
pain.
we have to find a good spray paint for it. And she's like, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm taking a stencil of that bitch the second that it leaves the car lot, and I'm spray painting Lady on the back of it." And she's like, "You would not." And I'm like, "I absolutely fucking will." And then just to make it better, I'm gonna go find another deer to slam into the side of it. I was driving down the road. I'm driving. I'm on my way to work. I've got my coffee in my hand, and and my truck was a standard transmission. And I go off and I shift it, and then I look over, and there's this buck running alongside my truck, and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty." And then it goes right into the side of my truck and slides it. There's just this indent on it the rest of the time I have that truck, and I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me." So that was on the side of the truck the entire time. It never popped it back out. Could I have? Yeah. But it's stories.
Why do I see you having a box in your garage of just bumper stickers of Lady?
That'd be great.
That when you do get a new one, you just slap it on.
I thought he was going to say something about boxes of car parts.
Build your own.
Listen,
One of a kind.
here's the thing. Ghost, here's the thing. I don't need to get boxes of car parts. I already have them.
There's one way easier for him to get to. But now he's going to go get the one that's going to be really big and he's going to knock something over.
Do you want parts to a Honda Civic? Here,
How about the runner for an Acura? I mean, not an Acura, a Nissan. Oh, is that Toyota?
Here. Do you want the? We need the runner, right? We need the runner board, right? Yeah.
No, I can.
Here, we got
the
runner.
I can see Moidy
Nice and red
getting
too.
bored.
We're already in style, okay?
I can see him getting bored one night. And you just come into the garage and he's already
see, we got the side.
A Ford 150.
We got the side and the back of the car. Give me a second.
Oh wait, there's another part. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, here he comes.
Man's got a full car factory in his house.
Here we go. This is part of the bumper to the front of a Honda.
I'm just gonna keep it in the house now.
I don't need to have a box of parts, Ghost. I just need to keep getting my wife cars, and eventually I'll be able to piece together enough of what she's knocked off.
That pile underneath that sheet has gotten bigger. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I know.
No, you've just not been in here for a while.
Best investment I ever made.
Milwaukee?
No, it's Craftsman.
Ah,
It's held up pretty good. Let me close the garage door before I freeze.
I mean, you could always put a sweatshirt on.
yeah, but that's logical.
I could put a sweatshirt on. You're absolutely correct. But I have shorts on and it's 54 degrees outside.
You could put your
No
LTT
excuses.
hoodie
I'm wearing
from
shorts too.
LTTstore.com.
Yeah, LTTstore.com. Yeah, absolutely. Here we go.
No. You know what it's all about. Yeah, nah.
Which, by the way, I have to be really careful with this because you can't buy the WAN 2.0 hoodie anymore.
I saw someone selling one on eBay for $300.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like mint, like still in its actual.
Yeah, that
packaging.
sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Do we know what a heat pump is? Yeah. You know why? Because it's cold right now.
Another.
We're in the cold month at the moment.
Here's the thing is, though,
Yeah,
if you paid attention, there's a garage door behind us, right? Yeah. How much do you think the outside is warm coming in here, or the vents to heat up the garage? Yeah, no, those don't exist.
Well, they do. They only work when you turn your PCs on.
I was about to say that we
Whole
do
room-
have
Run a blender.
we do have two
None of
space
it.
heaters.
Yeah, if we were to plug in the space heaters, it would turn out just like it turned out when we turned on the
I meant our computers. Our computers are space
yeah.
heaters.
You know, we could do whole room water heating.
Based off of our computers.
We just had a new one installed. Old one was 14 years old. that had to have been pricey there.
Yeah, I think $7,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But y'all don't invest over there in the UK into air conditioning.
We don't have it.
No, but
I know.
Actually,
there's one place in like down the road that has air conditioning.
6,500
That's the
pounds.
only place. Dollars. He's American. He's one of my American mods.
You have so few Americans, so it just surprises me. I always default to.
Nate's
Ghost,
British.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pay for your TV?
The TV license, yes.
Yeah. You guys, you pay for a TV license?
Personally, I don't.
But the people you live with do. I understand the concept of it, but like,
you used to live in Florida, so then this concrete slab house, you're familiar with it because everybody's house is the exact same fucking design.
Yep.
I had somebody on stream that one time they're like, oh, somebody could figure out though based off of like your garage and how it's designed. I'm like, go for it. Figure out where I live exactly. Like, I will literally give you a cookie.
It'll get stale before it gets to you, but you know.
It's all cookie cutter houses. However, I forgot to send you a picture. I realized that my house is the layout that you were looking for. We have an actual entryway. Yeah, I realized that.
Because if I do that, I could practically lock the doors. Like, get really sturdy doors. And of course, yeah, it's not going to be up to any fire code because you guys have really strict fire codes than we do.
We have giant steel doors on our houses because they have to be able to survive a hurricane.
My door's a fire door.
Yeah. You can do that inside your house.
It's made out of wood.
Yeah. Because there's fire retardant stuff inside of it, and yeah.
They're a pain to carry.
Yeah.
So, not to derail from our
being derailed.
conversation, from being derailed, because that's the whole concept of this podcast. We do only have about 15 minutes left, give or take. Just want to try to rein it back in a little bit.
Okay.
Now, back on the concept of
I look like Minecraft art.
I don't know who would come up with something so horrible looking. Somebody's got an ad running in a second. Well, in a minute 50.
I got 14 minutes left.
Same. So it's got to be Ghost.
Might be me.
So anyways, back to
But on the concept of souls, well, soulmates specifically.
I think you said it right there on the concept of souls.
I believe in souls because I believe they need to. I believe they're an energy source for our body.
Interesting,
Yeah.
because I come from so again, this is where it kind of diverts. I come, from the religious opinion. The concept of a soul is who you are, not who you are here, right? How your mind functions. And then we have a spirit, which is the energy source. But keep going.
Well, that's so as far as like you're saying the soul is in your head. I think that your brain it runs on chemicals.
Yeah.
I think that your soul would be altered by those chemicals and not be who you are.
Well, that still goes down to the same concept as be careful what you allow to corrupt you, right? The energy can be corrupted. The rift, for a way of speaking within the terms of how the moiety, character of myself, refers to it, as the rift can get corruption. It's up to the way that you handle it for it to then be able to be purged or reutilized. So yeah. He's texting right now. I know he's gonna want something to say there.
No, it's the wife texting me about what the Xbox symbol is.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm guessing she just found this out.
This is one of my top technicians, people. Just want to make sure I say that.
Also, your daughter.
Nope. I am disowning her as of this podcast. She's on notice as of right now. I'm putting that inside of the group chat for the company. Oh wow, he disappears during an ad break. Wow.
Oh really?
Wow, that's
rude.
That's really freaking dirty.
Or his camera just exploded?
Camera shot out. Yeah.
Okay, so there was a downside of having the Elgato thing.
Yeah.
My camera overheats.
Oh.
Then it will shut itself off.
So maybe not get Elgato face cam. Got it.
It's not too bad. It's just because small things are like I'm having technical issues with my PC.
So I need to drill holes in my Elgato face cam when I get it and install an itty bitty little Noctua fan to blow air through the case.
There we go.
Oh, hey, look, he's back, guys.
It's just I think my GPU just crashed.
Oh, okay, that would make more sense.
Because I'm using my GPU for the encoding to upscale it.
Yeah.
Um,
So, anyways,
like I was saying, while my mic was
so
muted,
rude. So
I
rude to
think
interrupt you.
I think we all have a soul, but I wouldn't call it a soul because your personality is your soul. That makes you.
Yeah.
Of course, pretty much not saying that your mind, your brain is your soul. Everyone has a brain.
No. Mind as in the concept,
Like, yeah, but
not your physical brain.
yeah, like everyone has a mind. Everyone has a
You're
spirit.
piloting
Everyone
a meat
has
mech. That's
conscience.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, of course, someone who's not religious at all, I do believe in a soul. What you do with it is your own means.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
So my takeaway from this episode is the concept that there are pieces of you throughout all, and granted, okay, I come from a religious background. This doesn't have any bounds inside of the Bible. Just get over how I process the world. When it comes to the concept of like a soulmate, is that there are pieces of you that are equal parts you and somebody else that are combined together, be it through the things that you enjoy or the people that you engage with or that you're romantic with or the animals that you are connected to. Mine just happened to be every single fucking cat I come across. Am I wrong? Every single damn time we come across a cat, I'm like,
Listen. I'm not a fan of cats. How many of the cats in this house hate me?
it's because you're not interested in them. So that's how cats communicate.
Just Zoom is the only cat that hates me.
She doesn't hate you.
And
she just hates everybody.
I think it's more like she's a vampire and she just wants to drink my blood.
Listen, that cat literally bit my finger while we were on the phone the other day and I was moving her. I'm like, stop fucking biting me. She left holes in my finger. And I'm just like, stop. And then I put her down. Yeah. Any final thoughts on your end of it, Zombie?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. And what about you? Any final thoughts on you? Like final thoughts?
Have you got any Supra type of parts, car parts?
Give me a second. We live in Florida. I'm sure I can find them on the side of the road at the very least. All of them is
You just want some
Just a
JDM
full
parts? Hold
car.
on. Give me a second.
Just a full car.
Yeah. So Ghost, I would love to have you back for the other topics. Maybe if Zombie's down for having, additional guests.
I would love
I
to
don't
come
have a
and join.
problem.
Yeah, sweet. We'll get you included into the circle of hate. Because when you read those questions, when I add you into that group, you're gonna read it and you're gonna be like, I fucking hate all of you. Yeah. So anyways,
Just know the British types.
Moide, do you want to close us out here?
Yeah, that's what I was working towards. Anyways, this is things to think about. We're a podcast, and we do this on Twitch. You can go ahead and find us on Spotify. We'll put links in the YouTube. My camera just blinked in and out. You can find links in the YouTube description once we finally have those episodes up. You should be looking forward to the first 3 episodes, the 0.5 and then 1 and 2. And then 3. Yeah, no, because we have the other one, right?
Yeah,
I forget. We've got some episodes. There's gonna be the very least. There's gonna be 3, 2, 4. videos that are going to be out. We'll have those go live on this coming Monday, which is going to be the 9th. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts. Once we get that there, we'll also start putting that in the links in the descriptions. You can also find us over on Blue Sky, where we'll be tweeting things out. I am Moidy. You can find me at twitch.tv/Moidy or youtube.com/@Moidy. This is
Well, I'm Virtual Ghost. You
Yeah,
can find me
there
on
you go.
Twitch on It's a Virtual Ghost, or over on YouTube by going to youtube.com/@Virtual Ghost. Just Virtual Ghost.
And I don't actually know my YouTube channel name. Let me view my channel. Okay, it is just you can find me over here, obviously on Twitch at zombie_Viking_. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/@zombie_Viking. And you ever think about the things you think about?
Hey, that's the name of this podcast.
I think about that.
All right, we're going to go ahead and stop the broadcast. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you very much to those that joined us from Virtual Ghost Stream. I highly appreciate the follows that you guys gave to us and the views. You guys are fantastic. This stuff doesn't end up inside of the VOD for the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
I stopped my stopping the recording.
Yeah. But